Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they failed on that third down play. It brings up fourth down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends.
Why you ain't get what's the other dude's name? Pickett.
3 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Bengals take over.
No, you got rid of him. You traded him. Couldn't you?
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I got a rookie quarterback you might like. He might back up, but I know I ain't really be using him but so much. He a rookie. Oh shit. He like 6'6" overall, but he got a decent arm, black dude.
And then turns upfield.
And I think this is what
but he's 21 years old.
That's what thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now Burrow to the right side and complete to Hurst. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst. His first touchdown on the year.
I had to reward him for that long run.
This afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
I might keep the dude, but I don't know. I got the nigga like 5th, 6th round.
McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be
yeah, it messed up, but I had a good draft though. I need the O-line help. My last season was terrible. Couldn't protect the damn quarterback.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll feed forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. On third down, Trubisky.
Oh.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. On the give, this is Harris. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Trubisky to throw.
Oh.
That's going to be
You fucked me up with that pump fake.
to the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. John Fitzpatrick, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
Damn, caught me watching. Caught me slipping.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Take it in at the 3.
Get on your feet, boy. Let somebody blow you up like that.
About ready to go here on their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline.
Damn!
You know you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Ready? Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got a Bengals 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38. The Bengals had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you guys have
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Bengals. Block right, 62 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson.
Come on.
It's up to 8.
No, fuck you, man. Go further.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
They go play action with Trubisky. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
And that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On third down, here's Harris. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. This will be taken at the 10.
Mm.
35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now Burrow on 1st down. This goes out wide from Mixon. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Here we go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Burrow looking to pass. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 2nd and 7, Trubisky setting up the screen. Harris. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Trubisky rolling to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Burrow will throw. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First down, here's Burrow. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
I see the surprise on your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now Trubisky on first down. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Miles Jack with a sack. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here we go. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Here we go. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now,
come on, man.
Flag, and
what's
I believe
that?
A Bengal got going a little
Dang.
early there. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters, as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Now it's Burrow. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
Ooh.
Well, I have to say that I've never, ever seen this one before. They get the interception, but instead of taking the penalty, they accept the penalty.
But Brandon, you ever heard the term overthinking it? Because that's what it feels like to me. They had the interception. Why are you going to turn that one back? I'm really curious to hear what the explanation would be for making that decision.
Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there.
I figured that after when I kicked that shit.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And he's got room. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 79 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That man can run the ball. God damn. I can't get nothing with Nixon.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt to the backfield. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. In motion, the tight end. On 2nd down, this is Harris. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Boswell's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, the teeters right there on the brink, aren't they?
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. Mixing up the middle. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Mixon with a first down carry.
If that center get the hell out of the way.
3/4. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Burrow. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you?
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Well, he bought as much time as he could there, but eventually his clock expired.
It certainly did because they were pulling him out of the pocket, and I think he had some indecisions whether to run or throw, and that indecision, it would have cost him in a big way.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time in first team taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Trubisky to throw. Throw left side, got to be taken in by Harris. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. This is Harris on the draw. And he is going to lose yardage here. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Play action. Now Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll put Fuller in motion right. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Check this dude out.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A handoff, running left, Mixon. Twisting away. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Back to throw. Owens. That is taken in by Hurst. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now
he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. From 8 yards out. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will bump the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Trubisky. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. It's brought in by Harris.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They hand this off to Harris, and he'll find his way down right around the 12. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On the draw, it's Harris, and he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They run for it with Harris, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
76 yards rushing here for Mixon. He's got a 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stopped us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end up in a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. They go play action. Trubisky. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They were looking to throw.